indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Would you like to start us off, Tanya, with the roll call?
Oh, Tanya Garski, clerk.
Assistant clerk.
Edward Alphen, council member number 1.
John Adams, 5. David Tucker, council member number 4.
Lisa Davis. Treasurer.
Robert Reinhardt, mayor.
Gary John.
Greg Laurie, maintenance supervisor. Jeremiah Stein, maintenance.
Glenn Blakely, sheriff.
Casey Monchi, Washington. Tina Alford, the citizen.
Oh, Darren Tabor, Spokane Basketball.
I'm just here, spectators. Marie Lilia, JS Specialist Volunteer.
Jason Lilia, MPD, Monterey County.
Jensen Camacho, resident.
All right, and then up here,
On Zoom.
Cynthia.
Can you introduce yourselves?
Oh, you want me to introduce myself? Is that
I actually remembered this time.
Cynthia Fuller, Varela Engineering?
And Robert.
Robert Rosencrantz, Ponderay County Commissioner, District 2.
And concerned citizen.
No, okay.
Delkirk's son. Hi. We can't hear you.
Looks like we might have lost the Selkirk son. Oh, no, there she is.
Is that Sonia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All righty. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening.
We have a call.
And we have a quorum. Agenda. I only have one thing to add to what's not on here. Is I forgot, my bad, is that Jeremiah's his 3-month probation, which I'm sure you've done more than that. So, but we'll take the 3 months and be proud of you, sir. Agenda and minutes.
Agenda first, a motion to approve it.
Oh, motion to approve the 3 months.
The 3 months. The agenda.
To approve the agenda.
Yeah, I thought you said the 3 months.
Oh, I thought we were talking about approving the maintenance report of Jeremiah being here for 3 months.
Oh,
Okay, so agenda approval.
I'll make a motion. That'll be this one.
I'll second.
Oh.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then the minutes approved.
I'll make a motion to approve the last meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then that brings us to you, Mr. Blakely.
Evening, Mayor.
Good evening, sir.
You had 20 calls for service in July. As is often the case when you have a higher number than normal cases, it's 1 or 2 people that are generating a lot of issues within the town, and that's kind of what you had. I'm going to apologize ahead of time because of those 20, they were recorded a little bit differently in our system for some reason this month, and so it's a little bit all over the board. So I'll try and give you a quick little synopsis, but some of them are kind of interrelated and hard to give you just that little short snippet for each one, but I'll try. The agency assist was a tribal officer helped us on one of the cases. The civil was 2 adults that were arguing and making threatening comments towards each other. After we talked to them, we found out what the comments were. They were not criminal in nature. Bad behavior doesn't make criminal behavior necessarily, but they were able to sort it out themselves. The disturbance is actually associated with one of the suspicious circumstances. There's Donna for you. Had 4 verbal domestic violence. It just means people arguing. So the person was a husband and wife that were yelling. Male left prior to us arriving on scene, no crime had occurred, and parties were separated, so we left that and went over issues with that call. Second was a mother-daughter. This was actually a false report. The reporting party intentionally told us that it was a physical, it was in progress, just to get us there faster. That's uncool. That's filing false police reporting can be criminal in nature. The deputies, after talking to everybody involved, opted to give them a warning for that, but tell us what's actually going on. I'm not embellishing it and trying to get a faster response. That puts a lot of people in danger when we're hurrying to something that's not necessarily criminal in nature. The third one was domestic partners that were arguing. They left the scene. They ended up over on the reservation. We contacted them with tribal officers there. Found out it was all verbal on this side. The tribal officers did end up with some potential charges on their side of the river, so they'll be handling that part of it. The fourth one actually turned into a tribal case as well, so it was started out over here and ended up on the res. So they showed up as a call, usually would end up over on the properties. Extra patrol. This one was documented weird. Extra patrol just means that the deputies are in the area. Usually it's when we're checking on the school and gonna spend some time there, you know, hanging out with the kids and the staff. This one, the deputy was just in the Cusick area and doing extra patrols, but during that, he noticed that he did 2 traffic stops for speeding on River Road, which is awesome. I just wish he'd documented those as 2 traffic stops on River Road, so it skews the numbers just a little bit. One game violation was a report of a bear in the park. Fish and Game handled that. I'm not sure what the resolution was, whether they actually found the bear or just it was gone from the scene. I'm not sure what happened with that. I've not been to talk to seven.
First I've heard of it.
Harassment was a customer that was yelling at other customers in a local business. The manager of the property asked us to trespass into those properties, which we did, and haven't had any issues since then. 3 paper services, 4 suspicious circumstances. One was a male that was acting erratic with some staff. There was also some reports of a female that was reporting conversations. Somewhat frustrating, but when you're a public official and you're in your official capacities, anybody can record you at any time. There's nothing you can do about it. If you're a private citizen and you're doing your own thing, then there's some protections there, but when you're at work, you can be recorded. Second one was a possible inappropriate relationship between an adult and at the time, juvenile. They're now not a juvenile. We've tried following up on that. None of the parties involved will talk to us. And there's only rumors and speculation out there, so there's not much for us to do at this point in time, but people are pretty sensitive based on, you know, some things that have happened in the county in the last couple of weeks, so. We'll follow up with what we can, but nobody's talking at this point. Third one was a friend who took a daughter to the Bible camp without parents' permission. Sounds like they were able to sort that out. And then an unknown male was asking a neighbor for keys to the neighbor's property. Never figure out who it was, but they just came up and said they needed keys to a house. The neighbor, of course, did not give them keys, didn't give them permission to be there, and called us. So we don't know who the individual was, but they apparently have not been back since. Threatening was associated with the civil call. That was the adults that were arguing and making threatening comments. There was another report of kind of the same thing a day or so later. 1 traffic stop, so this one was separate from those 2 that they did during the extra patrol. There was a traffic stop on River Road, citation for speeding 40 and the 25. So hopefully they're starting to get the point. It was not the gray Mustang though, so still working on that one. And 1 violation of a court order, that one's still under investigation. The deputy didn't have enough information for me to pass on to you, but typically that's when the court says, you know, you have to stay 1,000 feet away, or you have to, you know, no contact or whatever, and there's some form of an alleged violation. Again, there's not enough information in the report to provide information tonight. So those are your calls for service, but I do have a couple of other things that the mayor will allow.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, fire aware. We're all very aware. We've already been talking about it. Fire down in Spokane. We do need to be very cautious up here about fire danger. Everything is just dry. No end in sight as far as the heat, and no moisture in sight. So just be very aware of what you're doing out there. We've had a couple of reports. Some people are very upset with me about tannerite. There are still people that are crazy enough to shoot tannerite. There's some conflicting information in the law. So I enforce state law, and there is no state law against tannerite. Now, I'm told, according to AI on the computer, it tells me that Washington State has deemed it as a flammable substance, but I can't find anywhere where that's documented. The prosecutor's helping me look for that. If we can find that, it will help us enforce that rule. There is a WAC, or a Washington Administrative Code, that falls under Department of Natural Resources, and it's a regulation that they don't allow it on public properties. But it's a regulation, not a law, and so it's not something that we, as local law enforcement, enforce. And I even called the DNR about that and said, but what if? And they said, it's our rule, not yours. You can't enforce it. So we're trying to find a way that we can enforce that, but so far no luck. All I can tell people is it's stupid. Don't do it. There's no reason for that. Save that for, later when things get wetter. But a lot of people are upset about that, but it's still going on. The other part of that, we've had 3 reports of people running chainsaws. And again, it's not illegal. There's not a rule against it. There's nothing I can enforce. Just be very aware of what you're doing. If you're out there with a chainsaw, make sure you've got water nearby. Make sure that you're not, running the bar into rocks or anything else that's going to spark and whatever. Just be careful out there. We're all here because we're free thinkers. We want to be free, but sometimes caution is not a bad thing.
Right.
We put out a press release this evening. Over the weekend, we had an almost arson fire in the south end of the county. So I don't know how many of you have heard that the Indian Trails down in Spokane, they arrested somebody this morning. We lit that fire. We had almost an identical situation in the south end of Padre County over the weekend. Individual was arrested for arson, DUI, and a couple other charges. So we're going to be following up on that. We're not getting a lot of information because it is still under investigation. And if the fire crew is here, they can tell you the fires are very, very hard to prove. Oddly enough, all of the evidence burns up typically, so it's really hard to get fingerprints or DNA or those types of things that we're typically used to. So it's still under investigation, so we're not giving out a lot of information about what we are doing about that. The third thing was I've had a lot of people asking me about the sheriff's bill. With the last legislative session, they had the sheriff's bill that's basically trying to interfere with your right to choose who you want for sheriff and to maintain them in office. We just got word last week that the 2 lawsuits that are going, one, the sheriff's lawsuit that I was initially part of, there's now 11 sheriffs that are involved in that lawsuit. The next in-person hearing will be in Olympia on September 18th, which is a Friday. I will try to get the Zoom link so anybody that wants to watch it can, but we will be going over to Olympia in person to be there for that hearing. And then the following Friday, which is the 25th, the Sheriff's Association has a lawsuit against it, which is very similar to ours. A few differences in it. They will be heard on 25th. So again, I'll be going over for that and being in person. So we're trying to impress upon the courts. Basically, what both our lawsuit and the association lawsuit are asking for is, forget the term for it, but basically we're asking them to summary judgment on it, and basically just having the court say, this whole law is just nixed, just get rid of it and start over again. That's what we're asking for. I don't really hope that or have any hopes that will actually happen. That is what we're asking for. We do know that this is at the Superior Court, so whoever wins, whoever loses, it's going to get challenged and it's going to go up to the higher courts, Supreme Court of the state, and potentially to the feds after that. So no matter who wins or loses, it's not the end of it. It's going to go on, but it is the next step in the process. And of course, we're all told to win. So as soon as I have information about Zoom links and that kind of stuff, I'll try to put it out so people can watch it for them.
Excellent.
Well, that's all I had, unless you had questions.
Well, first of all, good luck. Okay. And I'm learning how this takes forever for anything. I'm guessing not. The other thing is that I wanted to ask you, we're doing a 9/11 memorial run, from Colville to Headling Falls and then, to here.
Okay.
And, the guy that's running it, was asked me if we could maybe have a police and the fire department. They're not here. Unfortunately, they're out taking care of other things right now.
Right.
But I was wondering who I would be in touch with your office to see if we might be able to get one officer, not so much for traffic, just to lead down River Road. They're going to come down LeClaire and then across.
Yeah, well, let me know what dates and what times you're looking at, and I'll start working with the sergeants on scheduling and see if we can get some of the stuff. So just contact me directly with dates and times, and we'll work it out from there.
Sounds
Do you have
great.
any rough idea when they're looking at doing?
9/12, I think is what they said. is when they're doing it. Time, I'm trying to figure out what time myself, that's one of the questions I said to them that I'm gonna be asked too. We can't have somebody sitting there for 2 hours waiting for the, riders to come through.
So you said they're doing a run, so I'm assuming you're talking motorbikes coming through.
Yes, sir.
Not people hooking up that.
Yeah, no.
Perfect.
We're too old for that,
Perfect.
especially for Medellin.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'd make it to Medellin from the falls.
Yeah, just get a hold of me directly and we'll work with the sergeants to get scheduled for that.
All right. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate everything you guys do. All right. Casey, hello, good to see you. Glad you can make it.
Not a whole lot to report for the water plant. We're just waiting for the second bid phase to go through and see how first phase is running, so just making sure it keeps running. It doesn't have any glitches. It's had a few, but nothing major. So that's a lot of water plant, a lot of stuff going on down there.
Guess that's good.
That's great. Chugging along. Sewer, we're just continuing to empty the ponds into pivot. We cut the hay. We're gonna probably put some more water down maybe next week, maybe the week after. There's not enough to do a full week, so we have to kind of build up a little bit, but everything's pretty empty out there. That's good too. Capacity for winter.
There you go. Wonderful. And that's it.
That's about it. You know,
Okay.
it's been quiet.
Before I forget to, Glenn, I also put in for a copy with the top and our news flyer. So everybody got it, so we can start boosting that up. I apologize for not doing that sooner,
I appreciate it.
but all right. So just wanted to let you know that. Maintenance report.
Oh, I guess it should be.
All right, we mowed, weeded the water treatment plant, fixed meter cover at the up range. Got the ponds mowed, red meters, replaced bad boards on the dock. Still trying to locate the manholes on the river road for Big Sky.
I took care of that.
Okay. We're doing a little culvert investigation, investigating a high school water leak and cleaning up the trail, the walking trail out here. And then had a meeting with Wow Communicating.
Thank you, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
With Jeremiah at just 3 months, I wanted to bring up about giving him a raise. I think in the last 90 days, he has truly proven himself, having to be the only guy out there running around in the heat and everything else. Been here on time every time, getting things done. Fortunately, don't have to really tell him a whole lot what to do because he's familiar with the town. Very good asset for us, for sure. So,
What's his current wage?
current wage is $20 an hour. So I was gonna ask for 25 and let the council do what they have to do on that one. But I think he's definitely earned it. Never hasn't missed a day or anything, so.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Do you want to make a
You
motion?
wanna make a motion?
Motion on this, well, to talk about it. Yeah, I'm ready. I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
I've seen some grass with water and stuff. I mean, everything's dead out there. Every time the fire season as it is without having everything being up there.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that. I don't know why my lawn too, I've been watering it and it doesn't seem to help at all. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
you don't want a lot.
I don't know.
water mine, I don't.
So all in favor?
Alright. Alright.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next. Public Works check-in meeting.
Claire's not there, but there's a page with the notes from it.
I told Claire I'd take this forward
Oh.
today.
Awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
Cynthia.
So we had Public Works meeting. The things we talked about were at the water treatment plant that we would like to get phase 2 out for bid in for the water treatment project in mid-August. So then there's a 30-day bid period, bid award and construction. We'd hope to start around mid-October. And then, but we still are waiting on the EPA amendment for phase 2 and 3. The mayor has been communicating with the EPA, as I ask him, but we ask every couple weeks and we get the same thing, like it's going to be a couple more weeks. So that's kind of just waiting. So if we don't hear anything next week, we'll send another email. So we just keep pestering EPA. It's not a lot of leverage on our end. So DW pay request 7 is reviewed, and there's a letter of recommendation with the pay estimate. I sent that to Tanya, but I think I got it to her too late to be in the council meeting for tonight, but it is ready to go.
And it's part of the Varela stuff. We did make copies, so.
Okay, so that's for the water treatment plant, and then there will be one more final one, but we're still waiting on an operation and maintenance manual, a substantial completion, and some closeout requirements like proof that we have to have certification for Buy American, Build America, and those things. So still a little bit of paperwork to do, but I think phase 1 is pretty much wrapped up and we're ready to move on to phase 2. We're going to take the generator piece of both the water treatment plant and the generator piece for the main lift station at the wastewater treatment plant. We're going to separate those out, bid them separately. And so our electrical engineer's working on that bid package. So it's just easier for us to get the town to order the generator right away. You don't have to wait for the phase 2 to go to bid. It saves costs, but you don't have to have the contractor procure it. So there's just a bunch of reasons why we thought that would be better as its own separate project rather than part of the bigger projects. One thing that I sent over and should be in your packet is the first pay estimate for DW excavating, which was for mobilization and some other on-site work before at the water treatment plant. And the original pay estimate included retainage of $1,575, but DW has a bid bond, so they aren't required to hold retainage out. So they sent a revised pay estimate one, but the town paid the original one. So there's a balance owed on pay estimate 1 of $1,575. Obviously reimbursable through the EPA. So when you pay it, just hang on to your, like your check stub, and we can keep the email I sent, and we'll get it in the pay estimate or the ASAP request when we are able to get another one going. So any questions about that?
I have a question about the generator. Do we know what the cost is on the generator?
I don't, Everett. I'm sorry, I don't have the costs right now, and Kurt's out in any yet. So, but hopefully we'll have those in a few weeks. I think they're just finishing up on the electrical costs. Any other questions on the water treatment plant? Work, money?
What fuel is the backup generators in Toronto?
I believe it's a diesel. They usually are.
Okay, they have propane too.
Yeah, we have a propane one too. So I mean, I'd imagine you'd have your choice. So that's something we could ask and look at when you guys get to see the bid, design drawings. So
Yeah,
I can check with Kurt and get an answer for that.
definitely have to know before you buy them.
Right, yeah, good idea. Okay, so wastewater plant, we had meeting with ecology about the funding offer for the plan to do the infiltration and or to do the feasibility study, the I&I work, and then finish up the general sewer plan that Keller kind of did. So we're gonna have a kickoff meeting with ecology, get that going and firm up the scope, make sure that the scope is what we want it to be. So around probably October, the town will get an agreement to sign with ecology. So there's a lot of things to happen between now and then. The main lift station, we are waiting to hear, but it sounds like we are going to be offered some additional grant funding from ecology, which can do a couple of things. It can either, it can one, offset the additional costs we're probably going to incur because the lift station is going to have sheet piling and some more geotechnical work and kind of some specialty stuff because it's in a pretty high water area, and that's based on the geotechnical work that we had done a couple months ago. The other thing it can do, the remainder of it would be to offset the loan portion of the main lift station, so lower the loan portion. So I'm hoping it'll be at least a couple $100,000, if not a little more. Again, it's grant, we get to spend that first, so we should know that pretty soon.
Then the council will decide what we do with that extra grant money.
Yeah, I mean, some of it, yeah, we'll have to talk about it. Some of it you'll obviously want to go to if there's an overage for the construction of the lift station, but the balance of it then could go to either you could do some collection system improvements if you needed to, or you could just go ahead and use it for the project in lieu of loan. So it's pretty money that's pretty easy. It's got very few strings attached to it as long as it's for the collection system and the lift station project or the scope that's in that. So
When will we need to decide on what we're doing with those funds? Next meeting?
I think it'll be a combination of how much. So when ecology is going to get those funds back, they're de-obligating from another city. So when they get those back, and then what the additional costs are going to be for the main lift station to deal with the water issue. So I'm going to say probably September before we can really have that conversation.
Yeah. Thank you.
But so we're kind of at the mercy of the other community putting together their final stuff and de-obligating. But ecology has indicated they're not going to make us wait for that other community to close out their agreement. They're going to reallocate the money, so they need to get it spent. So they're pretty anxious to get it over to us. So it's kind of a nice feeling.
Good for us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Wonderful.
So let's see. We talked about American leak detection. Looks like that's on your thing for later, Mayor, or on the agenda for leak detection for the water system. That looked like it was on the agenda, so I'll let that go by. I am working on a public meeting for September as part of the council meeting. As part of the main lift station project, we have to have a public meeting to talk about ratepayer impacts, environmental impacts, and some other things. So I'm just going to do a short PowerPoint. I have a flyer I worked on. I'll send to Tanya to look at. You guys can look at it. We have to advertise it in the paper, but so I'm working on that, and I'll share that draft presentation with you as I get it more firmed up. And then the only other thing is that we got a construction easement signed for the lift station with the school, so we can stage things next to the piece where we're putting the lift station. And that's all we talked about. What we didn't talk about, well, I can talk about that in the Varela stuff. So that's it for the Public Works check-in.
What was the, Eagles Landing needs to be addressed? What was that?
Well, we kind of, talked
All
about
about
it.
finance.
We're gonna have to do something with Eagles Landing. They've got a lot of, they're a big contributor to infiltration and inflow. They've got open, connections and stuff, but they're
I
private,
thought
so,
so, but you said all their connections are capped.
well,
That, my buddy that's working there for him said that they're capped.
yeah, so, I mean, maybe they
Oh,
are
I don't know
now.
if you
I know they
physically
weren't.
covered it.
I haven't been there, so I just know what I've, been told, so. If they're capped, great.
Of their
And
other
we-
people that we-
I can go double check. That they're, it's
Yeah.
really manager there now, easy to deal with.
The first time we went
Yeah.
down, there, 60 holes that we counted and took pictures out.
They're like that undeveloped area, is that where they're?
It was all through the whole park.
Oh, the whole park.
Yeah.
So,
We did count a lot, because I can tell you the shirts, we did with that. a
Yeah.
couple times. But there were still,
You open it.
I think there was still like 20 some that were last time I don't know, maybe Jeremiah from there or something.
Nope, last time we were at it, there was like 20 of them sheared off of this end.
so that's kind of on the list, but, for further discussion was all.
Yeah, I'll go talk to them and see what's going on there.
There was a bunch that were sheared off and buried too, so, down there.
Yeah.
Still not mostly on this end, you know.
Having
Yeah,
that,
I'm sure they'll be
you
happy
say,
to have them. They're, like I said, the new man's there. They,
Looks like he's taking a lot of care of
he is, he takes a lot better care of us.
probably last year to work with his.
Yeah.
Instead of that other guy.
Well, Chris wasn't, he was older.
That's all I have for Public Works check-in.
all right, thank you so much, Cynthia. I really appreciate what you do for us.
Sure.
Start with old business, safety meeting with this last month, it got missed, that's my fault. We'll definitely make sure that's taken care of this coming month. Town attorney update. I have reached out to 2 different attorneys and still have not heard back from them. I've called them 2 or 3 times.
Hey,
You're right. It's amazing how many calls I'll make and I don't get a return phone call. The ESRI quote.
Remember that
We-
goes
we
with,
ran- What's that?
that goes with the Owl Pro. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, sorry.
The Al Pro, number 6, the Al Pro, and this is pretty much the same thing. What's happening is we don't have enough money on our $1,000 budget to be able to buy $1,000 $79 Al, because we're stuck on our budget limits that she's able to have. And what
Credit card limits.
credit
That's
card
it.
limits. And what would like to ask for is for that to be bumped up so we don't keep running into these kinds of situations.
The SRI quote was also approved last time and we couldn't get that either because of the same thing. We've only got the one credit card with $1,000 limit.
You
And
guys have
each of
checks.
those are at 1,000.
You pay it electronically, don't you?
No, only,
Not you can't say Amazon. Or the other.
only government agencies to pay electronically, right?
ACH payment, anything like that.
No, that's very credit card from the,
If each time we raise it, it would just be, the next time it'll be something a little bit more expensive. I don't know. Paying by checks, just, do they have them at home, I mean, at, Office Depot or?
With the Al.
Yeah.
It was probably, but it's not gonna be as cheap as Amazon. That's the thing.
And the
there,
checks
you know.
still have to be signed by 2 people.
Right.
I mean, you're gonna drag them down to there to write the check?
Checks are kind of like.
Well, you can sign it before.
how much is it on Amazon?
1,079. Yeah, so we're $79
Is
short.
that cool?
This is we're having a problem before too, like our credit card only has $1,000. say you max, say it was a little higher and you max it on that, but if something else you need to find that out, you won't get the fire.
Exactly.
Well, you can pay it off.
Well, we can pay it off and get it back
And
out.
the other thing is you can
Yeah.
pay- So we found out that you can pay your credit card ahead and actually use more money. That's another way you can do it. And I know that for a fact because that was the biggest thing on the fraud deal was the.
Which is a
that
big
you
no-no.
get paid $40,000 ahead. So, yeah, you can just pay your.
It
credit
can
card
be, that
ahead.
doesn't mean it should be. Or is legal to do.
Process, that's why they would not repay any of the money. So that's another route to go, is just pay ahead. With
Why
that,
would
we'll
they
take it
do
out of the account and put it on that.
But I'm being told it's a big no-no.
The huge no-no.
And this lady runs our account and everything, where,
We might talk to the bank because the manager had told me that that was a typical thing that happens all the time, every day.
That doesn't mean it should be done in a government agency. Just because the bank does it does.
so basically, we're asking to raise it to 1,500,
Oh, we need 2,000.
2,000.
If both of these things are $1,000. And we've got our own office supplies that are, yeah, and the ink for that copier is really, really spendy.
For the $800, we also they had to use it for fuel for the trucks.
Yeah, because the maintenance didn't have a credit card, so we had that on it too.
Which we can now that the minutes. Yeah,
That, but he hasn't even applied for it yet because we gotta wait till the minutes from the last meeting are signed today. So it's been on same credit card. Yeah, it's been a big issue this month.
been a crazy
I
one.
don't think it's
There's a lot of ways around.
$2,000. I don't think it's unreasonable.
And, you know, Lisa, very trusting. When I look at the account all the time, it's not like we're trying to steal money or anything. We're just trying to make our job.
Right, just
easier.
trying to buy the basics, I mean,
Yeah, trying to keep a town running,
and we can always review all the transactions, like she gives them to us all.
always, always,
If there's anything that's questionable, we'll see.
yeah. So,
I'll make a motion to approve 2,000 on the credit card.
all in favor,
Second,
or a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Jess,
I'm not gonna vote this meeting.
okay.
Okay.
So 3 aye, 1
Thank
nay.
you, guys. It's our job, so much easier here. American leak, detection quote. I'm not really gonna even discuss that at this time. It shot down last one. Craig and I have been, and Jeremiah have been doing more research on this. And today we found a few things that could be causing this. And not so much as a leak, more that drainage. Or drainage, a lot of our canals or whatever you want to call them are plugged up, need to be cleaned out and get proper drainage. So we're gonna look at that over there on Winchester Road. It's pretty bad. Those houses on the end, Dave's house down there, your house, well, yours doesn't get as bad as across the street for flooding. Over there, every time it rains, there's a huge puddles over there because it's not. I'm sorry, what was that, John? Yeah, so, yeah, so we're gonna look at more into that and see what we can do about getting that cleaned up, because that probably is gonna save us a lot as far as the
I think that
water.
would have to do with the school though.
That's two different issues, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, so it's for the water to travel directly west of the school from that drainage, right? Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, today is the first we're coming up with this, it's just. And now trying to.
It needs to be
figure it
cleaned
out.
regardless.
Yeah.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, it needs to be cleared out so it can flow,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't think that has to do with the school.
Probably wouldn't have chlorine with it either. And that's what they were saying was the whole issue there, right?
go ahead, Craig.
If they dug a hole in an area that they bought their lawns, they're gonna have some kind of chlorine residual. And the rates that they were getting back were like 0.2, 0.7. So it's kind of like, I mean, I
They
did
water
a
out
hole
there all the
in
time.
a park, bring some river water, pour it in there, wait for a day and test it. You're gonna get some kind of residual. So the results were so low
in the test that we're doing. It's kind of like, you know, I don't foresee that. And then the other issue was the fire halls that were full to the brim a month ago, 30 days ago, are now a third full. And it's almost correspondent with the river. So I think there's a
They
correlation.
drop the river, those.
Yeah. And with the pipes that were crushed down the way, I don't think it has a way to get out. It's just a theory, but it's kind of like trying to look at everything, going, why is this? If it was a leak, that vault would be full all the time.
Yeah, when it-
constant pressure.
Yep.
So,
It's actually coming over, Paul.
yeah, and keep going.
Well, I brought all that up in the very beginning.
I just think it's trying to get out and it can't.
Yeah, I'm glad that got brought up, because I wanted to bring it up too, that maybe we could form some kind of committee to deal with this school leak issue. Because I've personally talked to a school board member, and they're getting conflicting information that we're getting. And I'd like to just get a committee together and put the thing to rest,
Right,
get it done.
exactly. Me too.
Instead of hearing
It's
about
been since day one that I've taken over, so it'd be great to get it taken care of. Where everybody's agreement and
Right,
happy,
right,
you
exactly.
know, so,
That would,
and
you know,
that's all I've been trying to do.
we get reports together to show with school board members and. So the school knows like, hey, we checked everywhere, it's good, it's not from us, we have proof, we can put it to bed.
Exactly.
We did go all the way around the whole school and
Right.
did show reports to that side.
Right, I don't know if it got to the school board and didn't. That might be a
Probably
problem.
did get to the school.
But we can, as a committee, can make sure it does this time and then report back.
Yeah.
To it, to our next, when we get results.
That would be awesome.
But I'd like to make a motion to form a committee to deal with the school leak issue.
The school week committee. Do we know who would be in it?
Well, that's something we have
We
to,
have to form a committee, right?
Last month.
Second?
so,
I made the motion. If it-
second it.
Okay,
And when we won't have a trouble getting a committee, yourself, Maya, Craig, Emily, if Everett's in.
Anyone to be on a committee, member of the public can be.
Exactly. We'll get that together. How's that sound?
Need a vote.
Good.
we need a vote.
Seconded.
Second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Playground equipment. On the playgrounds, I have reached out to Home Depot and Lowe's and sent them because they also help little towns. Once again, I'm still running in trying to find an inspector that will inspect our area. It seems like Ponderay County has nothing. If we go through Lowe's and Home Depot, they help out small towns and that, so I've sent them letters. And waiting to hear back from them on that, because they'll bring it up and actually set it up and have their inspectors and everything. So, and I told them that we have close to $3,000 that we are willing to also throw in to try to get this moving. So, but once again, it seems like everything is delayed time, somebody responding. It's absolutely amazing half the time what you go through. So that's why we're sitting on that. Pro Al we brought up. New business, Barella.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so new business, invoices. So it got a couple things. We have two invoices, pay estimate 2 and 3 from, not DW, the other, Big Sky. Pay estimate 2, has a recommendation for payment, and pay estimate 3, because Kevin left, I still have to get Kurt to look at that and make a recommendation. But if you have pay estimate 2 in your packet,
Cynthia, are you
we got
talking
your-
water treatment or wastewater?
I'm sorry, wastewater. This is for the CCTV. So
Okay,
Big Sky
yes.
did the CCTVing, and I think that last month that the town signed pay estimate too. Is that correct? For the Big Sky. I just
Oh,
didn't get
yes,
a copy.
that was the one where it was for 186, 182, but there was somebody that said to only pay 45,000 of it.
Yeah, so I don't think, I checked with them today, nothing's been paid on it.
No.
But if I can get a copy of that pay estimate, we'll get that submitted to Ecology and get that reimbursed, and that comes out of the OSG grant, so it's not a loan, it's from the grant. So, and then I have one more for 9,000 that we'll get over to you as soon as possible. Just with Kevin leaving and just trying to shuffle things around, that just
Is
fell
that
through the
the
cracks.
9301? We have that one too.
I just don't have, so it just was an invoice, but it didn't come with um, a payment sheet or
Oh, the
anything like
pay
that.
estimate form. Okay.
Yeah, so I need to get a pay estimate form from those guys. They need to send me a little more information, but let's get two out and, or if I can get a copy of it, Tanya and I can work together and get a pay
Yes, I
request going.
apologize that it didn't get sent to you right after the last meeting.
No worries, it's a busy
Yeah.
time, things happen.
Okay.
Pay estimate 7, that is for DW excavating for work on the water treatment plant. That's probably going to be the next one will be the last one. So they're getting smaller, small comfort, I guess. But,
And this one needs to be approved by the council tonight.
yes, yes. I don't have the contracts we talked about, the upcoming contract for the feasibility study and the general sewer plan. That's going to come to you from Ecology, but we're a ways out on that. I apologize, I don't have any update on the roads project. That's the TIB application. I didn't know that was going to be on here. That's Abby Gromlich, but I will get information for the next meeting on that.
Okay.
I think it's just an application at this point. I don't even know what's in
I
it.
thought it was done.
The application's done, yes.
I think they redid the application in our packet here.
Yeah, so then an application was submitted to TIB. I can't tell you what it's for, but it is for some road project in Cusick. So I
For
apologize
Silco.
for not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was taken care of already.
Yeah, that's been applied for, so now we're just waiting.
I don't know if it's too late because we returned the application, but I was told at conference talking to TIB that we might be able to add in a stop sign that we were looking into maybe moving. Is it too late to talk to them about that with the application already put in?
I don't know. We can ask. I can send an email to Abby and she can.
We haven't voted on moving it yet.
Yeah. Well, if you do and you
It's
think that that's something that if they might pay for that, we can certainly ask them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, and I think that's all I have. I feel like we have a lot of projects going right now, but I'm just plugging away on the public meeting for the lift station and waiting for phase 2 on the water treatment plant.
Once again, thank you so much, Cynthia, for everything you do.
So we need a motion on an approval of pay estimate number 7.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to
Approve pay estimate 7.
pay estimate number 7.
Thank you, Mr. Tucker.
Yes, second.
Second.
Thanks,
All in
Don.
favor?
Okay. So,
Great. As soon as I get that from Tanya, I will do another ASAP request. So, Mayor, you'll be getting one of the pre-approvals to sign. We'll go ahead and just put it in the queue with all the rest of them that are stacked up. So, I guess the good news is you'll get a gob of money at one time at some point. So,
Yeah, well, we put out a gobble of money, so yeah.
yeah, I know.
And thank you for teaching me how to pester those people.
Yes, thank you for pestering. I appreciate it very much. So, and that's all I have. And so I'm going to step off if no one else has anything for me.
Thank you. It doesn't look like it. And thank you once again, Cynthia, for everything you do. You're
All right,
amazing.
thank you. You guys have a really good evening.
And you do the
You
same.
too.
All right, bye.
Bye. New business, hiring policy. I'm gonna let Mr. Ducker.
Is there a copy of it in there?
There was last month and then we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I was trying to,
Wait.
I was gonna have our lawyer look over it before I presented it, just to make sure everything on there is legal.
You want to table it till next month?
Yeah, just to let everyone else know, is just to, from what I couldn't find, we don't have an ordinance for hiring policies, so it's saying that we have to advertise new position. And I feel like it should be in there, at least for,
There was ones, but we.
Right. so make a new one, get it put in there. And, I thought it'd be a good idea to have a lawyer look at it first before. That way, we aren't breaking any laws or anything that I wrote in there.
Or miss out on something that should be in there.
Right.
I
Yeah,
reached out to MSRC.
Oh, well, they
I
might.
talked to them at AWC both. And they said that we're gravely doing a lot of stuff wrong. But when I talked to them about their. One of the things they would like to do is come in and do some training. For everybody, mostly mayor and staff that's doing the day-to-day stuff because. I had a very long talk with both of those agencies, and both of them said that it's not being done right at all. Especially, you can't enter into a contract without okaying it with the council. We have to look at the.
I was an easement. It wasn't a
No,
contract.
I'm talking about
Oh,
hiring, I'm talking about the hiring policy.
okay. Okay.
But that's a whole different thing too, with any kind of agreement. But anyhow, yeah, they said that. We definitely have to be privy to everything. There's a lot of things that were in the ordinance or policy or whatever that the town had put forward. That were supposed to be, and even one of the documents that you guys put out and gave me for my book said that. There were supposed to be, background checks and all that kind of stuff. But
Well, when I first took over, we didn't do all that with Johnny. So that's what I was basing everything on, is how we hired Johnny. It was
well,
just you and mine.
So
Well,
still be you that didn't do the background check or anything like John.
well, since you were there and Roger Brown, you should have brought that to my attention, don't you think?
Well, you're the mayor.
You're the maintenance guy that does a lot of hiring.
You were at the time.
You were at that time.
The mayor.
Okay, this isn't gonna get anywhere.
But.
All right,
they
but I
are-
agree with you. I agree with you. I actually got a letter today stating that we should have a council also, not just the employees, but also the council. That we should have a training program, which I think is wonderful. And I responded back to them, letting them know that I'm 100% on board for this.
but they-
so that we can
they
all
don't
get
have-
figured out.
Oh.
And I have a. Okay.
Everything.
Everything, okay.
Well, not everything. I'm talking with the hiring and firing stuff. There's a process.
Been done like that for years.
Yeah, so, okay, on to the next. Moving the stop sign on Riverside, I guess we pretty much just discussed that, didn't we?
A little bit, yeah, I was just that stop sign, if you leave from the Legion headed. To us there's that stop sign right there by Cameron's house. And it just seemed real silly to me this. Had it, let that, you stopped there on your way to us instead of that, the intersection at the. So I discussed with TIV at the conference we were at. They were saying we might be able to roll it in, that grant we get for sealing the roads and everything. So yeah, I was just gonna bring it up and see what you guys thought about moving that stop sign. And then they'll do a study and everything too to see a feasible study, I think that's what it's called. To see if we just
Feasibility.
need a yield sign there,
Yeah.
whatever it needs.
Who's gonna do that?
Possibly TIV, they might roll that into the grant.
Oh, okay.
Cause they got a baseline to come do that study and everything. They'll end up being really expensive.
So just put it, instead of stop sign, just put a yield sign there.
That's what they're saying, that might be what they end up doing. On the other street,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've worked for a lot of years.
Yeah, no, it just seems silly, because technically, if you're going to the Legion and going down that other road, you could take that left legally, there's no stop sign at his. Nothing saying you gotta stop when someone's coming down the road, you take their left. You whack them.
I don't know where you're talking about.
Maybe you have a bus stop.
Right. A block over. If you go into the River Road. There's
To River Road on what?
no, leaving.
What is that?
One. First, you take the left on, was that Timber?
The very last one? Or the second one last? Okay.
Post office.
Uh-huh.
You take left, there's no stop,
Right.
but there's a stop sign on the.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand what you're saying. Turn left where? Okay, and that's the road that's
It's
the second one that's in the middle?
Walk down from the post office.
Okay,
So if you're going down that road on the River Road,
all right,
there's a stop sign for coming from the Legion to us.
right.
But if you're coming from, that road and take a left.
Yeah.
Towards the Legion, if someone's coming north from the River Road, you can hit each other.
Well, that's just like pulling out. I mean, you gotta look.
There's no stop sign or yield sign, you know.
Mm. Yeah,
I thought the stop sign should be right there on Tacoma Street, but like I said, they do a study, see what it actually needs there. New stop sign or yield sign.
And that's why he was asking for through the grant money.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Cause it sounded like.
Sorry, I got involved.
With all the study and it's a move stop sign.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like thousands and thousands.
So maybe, okay.
So, to move the stop sign.
But I don't know if we. Need to make a motion to. Go into that.
Let's table it for.
For-
until we get to.
Table it until we hear back from. Yeah,
Cynthia just said she was gonna ask Abby if we can add it.
okay. Cynthia's gonna ask, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
if we could do an amendment.
table it for now.
See what Cynthia finds out.
Yep. Yep.
The complete street ordinances that you guys approve will help you with that grant.
Oh, okay.
So we just need to get that language written and on the books, and they are much more likely to approve your grant if we have a complete street ordinance already in our books.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll definitely look into that.
Yeah, for when, I don't know, we're getting to this topic later, but when somebody finally does go through all the ordinances, I've been through them to catalog them. It's like every 6 years, there's a street ordinance until like 20 teens, and then they just stopped. So yeah, that's what Emily's talking about, that needs to be brought up to date again.
I'll make a motion to table the stop sign till next meeting.
All in favor? Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Right?
Wired or wireless, wow. I've been talking with Bill, he came over like a week ago. And approved of us getting our Wi-Fi down at the water plant. He went down, looked to make sure there was no issue. He's also going to help us out with our emails. As far as not having to pay $35, which I know would never have passed, but they're going to give us free email services so that each council member can have their own through the city. Actually, he's also helping us out with a boost, or that's maybe not the name of it, but for out here,
Oh, yeah.
so that we can have more,
Like a signal boost.
like a signal boost, so that we can have more for like to have more cameras at the park and
Awesome.
around this area. Because we have way too much going on down at the dock and the park after hours.
Right.
So, and they're more than happy to help us out.
No, that'd be great, because they
So-
could look into like the Ring cameras, or if there's other, internet connected ones where
Exactly,
it saves all the video to the cloud. So if anything ever happened, you always look back.
exactly. So that's I thought that was wonderful news. Looking forward to that.
One other thing he was bringing up is the code to the door. It's an easy switch over if he's got already, you know, with those cameras and everything, to have everybody have their own code. It even snaps a shot at you to make sure you're the one that's using your code.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
There you go. Okay. So, yeah, he's, unfortunately, I didn't get as much time as Craig and to, chat with him. I was running this way, that way, every way, but, so I sent him today, I sent him out because we had to find out who our domain, email holder
Oh, yeah.
was, and we got that
It's
information.
all gonna be free.
Yes,
That's,
yes.
That'd
So,
be really cool.
well,
The emails, he said, were, using the same repeater but mount our water tank, can be pointed at a different hill. And then our water treatment plant, there might have to be a couple of trees taken down. He wasn't sure about that. We didn't want to find one at the top. And then the cameras, that he didn't say that.
well, no, the
Right, yeah,
cameras
we-
will, no, we'll take care of the camera job, but just the service.
I just pointed out,
Yeah.
everything that took cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so since it's free, we don't have to run it through, right?
That was a.
Or should we
speed for the
anyway?
camera stuff.
Huh?
Should we run it through council anyway, even though
But we
it's
got
free?
it cost.
Yeah,
To
So,
protect
but
you.
if it's free, then it's all good.
Yeah, it's free.
Okay. Alrighty. That brought up number 5, the council, members' emails. I guess we should vote on that too, that, you guys are okay, the council members are okay with having, through the town of Cusick, council member number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think it's a great idea for your public records and
And if we don't wanna use it, we don't have to.
exactly, right.
Exactly.
If someone
But-
came in and requests something, you're not going through your
As
personal.
long as it doesn't cost.
All right,
I'll make a motion for us to have council member emails. Through the now.
and a second. All in favor? Okay, now, on, our ordinance, we definitely need to go through and
Oh, yeah.
update our ordinance. They are, some of them are so outdated, some of them aren't even existing.
Right.
But what we need to have on this is, a workshop would be good, because just, these two are always busy, 3 are always busy. There's no time in what we pay them by how many hours they are allotted and everything else, that they don't have time to sit there and look through all these ordinances. I mean, there's maybe an hour here or an hour there, but that's not enough. So it'd be great to get a workshop together that we can have the council and ourselves sit down and go through these, so that we can get everything updated and correct and not misleading or can be confused or any of that nature. Because it does make a nuisance for, unfortunately, residents and myself.
And during that process, it should be digitized.
Exactly. And all of it being digitized and, you know, it's kind of like our website. We just got a new website, so we have nothing on our website at this time because these ladies have to now, because it's a blank website. So
Right.
now we have to get that up and going. So between ordinances and websites and, staying up with technology,
Yeah.
it's a complete handful,
Yeah.
So, I would like to,
So I mean, we have to, we have to pay, it's a big bunch of them, we have to go through that.
Yeah.
We start in 1927.
Seems like there are.
Oh, there are a bunch that's missing.
yeah,
There are, yeah.
Like stuff like that needs to get, I think if it was digitized, we wouldn't have those.
Now.
Well, back when they were originally done, there was no digital option.
yeah.
That's just a fairly new phenomenon.
Still have the signed physical copy in the file.
Yeah.
Well, anything over 10 years is definitely no good anymore.
Right.
It hasn't been,
Yeah.
the sheriff told us that at a meeting, so if you've got one that's over 10 years old, it's absolutely unenforceable.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it'd be really good to go through all that.
And that's the first I've heard of that. So,
The sheriff said right here in the meeting, so,
yeah,
not when you were here, but he said.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the first I've ever heard of
Yeah,
that. I didn't
10
know,
years.
you know, I had no clue.
A little less than that. He used 10 years as a landlord notice.
Yeah, I think one of ours was 1920 something or.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1920.
Well, the next item on the thing
So, yeah.
is,
But yeah, I'll make a motion to form a committee.
All due respect, I initiated this topic at the last council meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Okay.
I wanted to.
I'm sorry, John.
Well, that's okay.
You're absolutely right.
Proposal
My
to
bad.
council that we can re-examine specifically ordinance 2025-2-002. For the purpose of amending certain articles and or subsection of said ordinance, with the objective of creating more equitable document that gives all persons a reasonable and affordable opportunity to receive utility services within the city of town of Cusick and beyond where applicable. Without, I think we can go in and find that there's some overreach, overregulation, maybe too much expectation. I think I can get more specific within that committee, but I'm just asking now for a motion to initiate a committee. And I was only speaking about this water treatment or no water and sewer lines. And I'm all for it at all as well. But be specific to my part of it was that.
Okay.
And I just asked for a motion to.
well, you can make a motion. You don't have to ask for it. To look at the water and sewer, all ordinances, starting with water and sewer?
I'll second.
All in favor? Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Well, I tried to get who was on the other committee and you said, we'll find out later.
well, should we, discuss that? Who's
It's
on the
ever-
Who's gonna look at them? I mean, you're making a motion to look at the ordinances. Who's gonna look at them?
You should form.
It also needs to be a workshop.
a workshop? Yeah, cause that way, not getting, not getting paid. So it's a workshop.
How does that work for who's gonna be on the committee? Cause anyone from public,
People volunteer.
anyone from the public can join too, so how are we supposed to know who's been on the committee right now?
Well, I guess,
Council members is what she's trying
Oh.
to get.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, unless you're gonna send out flyers, letting the public know that this is going on. I mean, we can post a flyer if you want.
I'll be a part of it.
well, I'll be a part of it for sure.
Oh, just the ordinance?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Greg, you wanna help us with our ordinances?
absolutely.
Emily?
I think we just need the council members for sure, and whoever wants to do. It's gonna be a public meeting anyhow, right?
Yeah.
So anybody can come to it that wants to.
Yeah.
But you can't have 3 council members there, or you gotta pay them.
Okay.
Or the quorum or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 2 on the
I
committee.
just wanted to so that we
Can
can-
people who's not on the council be a part of this ordinance committee?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
I would love to be a part of ordinance
Okay.
reconciliation.
Most definitely, yes. We definitely need the help. There's a lot to go through. So,
Then I'll be on that, obviously, for the looking at the school league.
yeah,
Whoever else wants to join that, to help with that.
Craig and myself, I know for sure we want to. Because this is something I wanna get
Figure
to.
out the school league issue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where was
Jeremiah.
that? That was.
Committee for that.
Who are you gonna have on that one?
We got Tucker, myself, Greg, Jeremiah. And whoever else wants to be on that,
For the school
for
league.
the school league.
We don't have to have.
John,
Those are both volunteer
That's just all volunteer, yeah.
Yep.
Nobody's getting paid for any of that.
No.
Right.
No, I don't get paid anyway, so I never have to pay.
For the fee, but we could put them on the.
Yeah. Exactly,
I just wanted them to know that.
no, well, I appreciate you clarifying it too, so I know, you know, but, no, I appreciate that, it does make life easier if I know. The livestock, ordinance review, that's following under all of our reviews.
Well, there's a copy of what was found in the packets. The livestock in town. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Is that the one from 1927?
Uh-huh.
The one from 66. Oh,
27.
1927 and 1966.
1960, both.
So we need to redo that ordinance.
Most definitely. And like I said, I'm just finding out
Oh,
that,
you're right, 1966 on this.
I thought, I always thought once an ordinance was an ordinance, not that it
I know,
has a
me
time.
too.
Yeah, I didn't know I had either.
Reach out to Glenn, he'll explain it to you better than I can.
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to see something in writing on that.
Yeah.
Where does it say that? Is that just his thing that he's not gonna do it?
Oh, there must be an RCW about it if he's saying that. Not
Yeah.
enforceable.
Yeah,
Newport have to go through all theirs, they have to do this on.
Right.
So, Mayor, I have here on the MRSC. It says ordinances are generally considered permanent and can only be amended by enacting a new ordinance. However, resolutions and rules have a time limit, but ordinances are considered permanent.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll still reach out to the sheriff.
yeah, I'll reach out to MRS also, see to check with them. Alrighty,
I guess number 8 kind of goes with the examining the ordinances, because we did have that on there, John. It was just down a couple. The utility rate review.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was budget update.
We were on the one above it though, number 8.
Town utility rate review.
That one warm.
Are you ready?
It's a cost site, so.
I'm most concerned about that.
all right,
Committees. Wherever you're ready.
There's
we're ready for it.
Oh, yeah, well, committee finds, and again, this is, the sole purpose of saving the town, I say the town, I mean the people. It's for the town's, money. And we're working on a few things that we think we can save, considerable on some of them aren't, the approach when they, yeah, the town of Wilson, but I'll be brief, I'll be, we'll soon. We find the current committee does, current agreement between the town and water treatment, wastewater treatment operations is unaffordable, unsustainable. Also services provided to the town under current contracts with these operations, personnel are exorbitant concerning the cost to the town. We asked for a motion just to look into direct the mayor to begin looking into the process of renegotiating the existing agreement with these operations personnel. And that the mayor also explore alternatives to the ways and means of these current operations and how they may be restructured to better serve the town and its overall welfare. All about saving money. I'm just gonna throw this number off the top of my head. We were looking maybe we could save $7,000 upwards or downwards a little bit of that. That money could be used not only to pay one of the payments for the lift station on the loan part of it, there'd be money left over to do some other things. If America could look into that, and maybe we can restructure some things.
Most
Or renegotiate some things.
Are you talking annually, John, or monthly?
I'm talking about what I just read, I did.
Well, you say $7,000.
70.
70 is a year, or you talking?
Oh, annually, yes.
Okay, that's all.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's almost time to redo the budget anyway.
And we can
Well,
do
the
it.
budget will be looked at all year long, there's a piece of
Well,
paper.
it's just almost time to redo it.
Oh,
Do it every year.
It never ends.
And right now, we're also going through a state audit. So.
And it's up to the council to approve that contract. So we can vote on some. Law.
Whatever
Good
the
point.
proper procedures, we certainly want, I'm all for that.
So is there a motion on the table?
Is there?
No, we just wanted to.
Cause it's not,
That's mayor to talk to the operations, restructure some things, see if we can work out, negotiate.
it has to be specific for a motion.
But
I mean, update some things,
We.
have the mayor,
The town $70,000 maybe.
have the mayor restructure contracts or what?
Kind of, he's one hired, fired. I'm asking that the council approve the mayor doing the best he can to save the town money. Is that okay to put it that way, or is that not official? Just want to save the town some money so we can pay for the lift station payment. And
Okay.
also it would, here's the key thing. It would also, if we can restructure an agreement that would place the water treatment, wastewater treatment, and the maintenance department. This is an idea. Under one heading, it would also eliminate all questions concerning who is or who is not responsible for this task or that task. Right now, me and a fellow councilor were discussing some of that stuff. We're not sure who's responsible for this part, who's responsible for that part. So maybe restructuring things, won't make things more specific on whose job is, what job is that person's job.
Okay,
So I have, you're moving to have the mayor try to restructure the contracts to save the town money.
Which we can,
What?
that's councilman.
And
That's
it's also-
about the free two contracts, not the mayor.
I can tell you right now that there's no way you're gonna trim $7,000 off.
But
top of that, there's no
we can discuss that out of committee with the mayor. and-
We're going to set up the budget committee now, because we'll be starting it in a month or two anyway, because that takes.
We can talk about it right now, but this is.
Good idea.
there you go.
Nobody heard that though.
Yeah, Jensen just said that we should start also a budget committee.
There is a budget.
There is already.
Yeah,
David and I are on it.
so there you go. Oh, because the budget thing
Yeah,
is coming up.
Yeah, we've been looking at. this
So
for
we
a
can-
few months.
Yeah, we can go through.
It was
the-
more of us updating everybody rather than making a motion.
Yeah. So,
I thought he made a motion, so.
I think that's what it was. It was more if it's an update than a motion. What kind of something everyone.
Yeah, so, okay, everybody, how do we get the ball rolling on this so that?
Well,
Spend a
we're,
lot of money, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No.
Yeah.
But dang it with this, okay, we're talking about, it. No, I'm asking that we do something about it, and if I can't, if you guys aren't gonna allow me to do that, or what, okay.
well, that's why we're reviewing the ordinances. That'll tie into what you're trying to do.
That's a. That's good.
That's-
He's talking about something different.
Than personnel.
He's
So-
talking about contractors.
so any contracts that we have with any companies or anything else you would like to have reviewed?
Well, this with employees. And with the town
And
employees.
the town employees,
And
And
restructuring,
contractors.
contractors.
So like, okay, example, we
Okay.
have a guy here named Rodney Miller, he was the town maintenance man, and he was a water treatment wastewater operations man, he did it all.
Mhm.
And you received, and it's all under one heading, it simplifies things.
We couldn't find anybody to take that job.
Everybody else with their job. And it would just simplify things, and we could save a lot of money.
Okay,
That's what he's saying, that's something that we should look into with our new maintenance supervisor, possibly getting him trained.
Right. Yeah, and that's why we hadn't had one because the person quit that had the whole job. And they couldn't find anybody else to take the job with the certifications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we haven't, if we haven't, but.
But that's kind
And
of.
that's why,
Yeah.
it's not my position to tell you what to do, I'm just suggesting you can do some things, maybe,
yeah, so,
it's all about saving money.
Mhm.
so did we get that figured out how?
So there's not a motion on the table. I don't know.
So is there a
Make a
motion?
motion that the mayor
There you go.
renegotiate the contract with the existing.
He wouldn't do that, we would have. We're the ones that said, okay.
Don't know the rules.
Well, would you approve it? But are you gonna actually sit down and negotiate it as a council? So maybe that's what he's asking for the mayor to do, to negotiate it and then you guys can approve it.
Maybe we should talk about this, I should just went to the mayor and said, hey, this is what we found.
I
No,
don't know.
no, this is good that you do this out in the open. Don't behind back or anything of that nature.
Whatever you guys wanna do, David, maybe you have the right words, so I'm with, you're on the committee, whatever.
No, I think what you're saying, is right? I guess, I think what you're trying to say is to make a motion to review current contracts.
When you want to say, I said my part, I'm doing. When you want to.
I think that's what we're going at.
Okay. So we need a motion on that, a second.
Move to have the mayor try,
Well,
review.
Review contract.
Review, not renegotiate or restructure, just review contracts to save money. Save the town money.
Correct, John?
So
Okay.
part of that bill requires restructuring how the town operates, how those operations are handled. That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe review and possibly renegotiate.
Why can't we
Or-
restructure now?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm Darren Tabor. I was former commander of the American Legion. I'm kind of familiar with some motions. Running that for 6 years. If you don't mind, I can give you a suggestion on the motion. I think.
Oh, yeah.
So I think what your motion would like to be is, a motion for the mayor to negotiate on behalf of the council to restructure the water treatment contract. After, restructuring the contract, that contract come back to the city council for approval. So your motion is to allow the mayor to negotiate restructuring that particular contract with further approval by the.
It sounded a lot more eloquent, but I think that's what I said, but I'm
Not it is, but you're, it's hung up a little bit on, there's some tactical legal stuff.
And I never even wanted.
But yeah,
I still didn't get
So,
everything he
I
said.
think that's what you're looking for, so you're good.
Can you restate that, please?
So the motion would be
Have the mayor,
to negotiate on behalf of the city council to restructure the water treatment contract.
of council to
I agree, thank you.
restructure.
There,
I'm John, I think I met you before.
you probably have,
Rendezvous?
and where?
Student rendezvous?
I don't know about that. I'm sure I've seen you around here, I've moved around a lot.
Thanks, Darren.
And then,
And-
well, all contracts have to be approved by city council anyway, so it doesn't matter. He can restructure it all he wants, it still has to come back to you.
To negotiate on behalf of council to restructure.
I'm happy, I just like.
Bring back.
Gotcha.
So is that the motion you're making, John?
That is.
Are we sure? Okay, do we have a second? Second by Mr. Tucker.
What do you got to say?
No, I got you.
Somebody has a problem with it. I think it's like, if you're gonna do something like that, I think we should also have a committee for that too. Well, I guess we all get to vote on it anyhow in the end, but still, there can be a lot of mistakes made and a lot of hurt feelings and misconceptions. I mean, person has to have a level 2 to even run that plan. If you don't have it, that takes like anywhere from 2 to 4 years just to get it. You have to study under somebody who's had that already too. My problem is, okay, you know, we bring up all this, we make somebody mad.
No, we're not. And I don't want to make anything, I'm trying to say.
I'm sure you are. But I think it's an important thing. Like, you know, if he wants to look at it, I think that's great, you know what I mean, but I'd say walk softly.
Okay, so we're all good, everything got taken care of, excuse me for having to, at my age, I sometimes have to run to the,
By John, second by Tucker.
all in favor?
Done?
This kid was more work.
You voting nay?
I'm voting nay.
Okay, guess it doesn't get approved.
Okay,
Wow.
new website update, Janet, you wanna take that, our new website?
As many of you don't know, we no longer are using the website, that's Babylon Greystone. We,
No, it's not through them. They don't do our
That's
website.
that's what I just said.
We've never have. Through Greystone.
So we have a
Website.
new one, that's a blank
Yeah.
slate that we have to pretty much build.
Yeah, which is not what I thought when I talked to them. I thought they were gonna migrate most of our pages from the old website to the new website, and evidently that is not what happened. So we're gonna have to re-enter all of the old ordinances and everything to get them, even the ones that are on the current website. They're all gonna have to be redone, all the minutes, all the agendas again.
We shouldn't, I learned in that committee, it could be a bad idea to put our ordinances on the new website. If they're about to pass a new rule. and
Well,
have it-
why should we have them electronically then?
I'm getting that.
Okay, sorry. I always jump in.
The reason being, they're about to pass a law where it's gonna have to be for your hearing or blind disabled hearing. It's got to be accessible to them.
They're supposed to have
It's
that.
very expensive, and it could be better not to put our ordinances on there. But still have a digital copy for someone comes walks in and wants a copy. It's easily found and printed.
I think it should be public knowledge to anybody, and it should be on there, because anybody should be able to look up any.
Yeah, they're just saying that that program to be compliant with the law after we put it on.
Right,
there,
right,
it'd be
right.
Very expensive.
Yeah, I understand that, and sometimes you gotta do something like that to make it
Right.
where everybody knows. Cause you can't say, okay, you can't do this, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but just don't do it, you know?
Well, they can still come in and get the order.
Yeah, but
There-
but they shouldn't have. It should be, it's public knowledge. You don't even have to do a public records request to look at an ordinance. Anybody should be
Yeah.
offered that up with,
Yeah, I mean, if the town's is fine with paying the money, it's gonna cost us.
and we should have every single one of our ordinances know as many people as possible.
Yeah.
They want to say for hearing impaired.
Yeah, we've already got the ADA compliance. That was part of it. Yeah, that was one of the big reasons that we switched.
I know they were telling us like, be super careful.
Yeah. Because the old place, Civic Plus was gonna charge us quite a bit extra to do that. And then the new one, it's already included in the package for the ADA compliance. Yeah, that stuff we're good on. Yeah.
They can't put them all on there.
It's the video recordings we don't want to put on there.
Okay. The new website,
Yeah.
we did that, TIB seal coating. Jana for that one also.
Just that-
SCPP.
There's a copy of the
There is
application.
a copy of the application in there, and that's something that we touched on earlier. That's also something that Cynthia is gonna look in for Tucker. Regarding the stop sign to be included in that, if we can make an amendment to the application. We don't know yet.
And media consent and release forms.
That was my thing too.
Um,
And I put a copy in all the.
there is a copy, it's a sample copy. I don't know if this is something that you guys necessarily need to vote and pass, but I know, to be compliant with the law, any photos or videos of people that we're gonna have on our new website, they need to sign this release form, and we need to have it filed.
Do we need to vote on that? Or have a motion?
I'll make a motion to have one, but it's site plan.
A second.
I'll second. Yeah.
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you. Okay, now we're gonna move to public comments, my favorite spot. Jamie, would you like to start?
Robert, over there, somebody's been waiting, it sounds like.
Robert Rosen.
Oh,
No.
Said concerns with
There,
Bill.
you might say.
Oh.
Robert, did you? No?
We usually have a
Thanks
hand.
for me today. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Robert.
I had a question, well, first, I think some of it's been answered, because you're going to be reconciling ordinances. Which cannot be changed, they can only be amended, and the big thing is finding what we have. So I think that's super important. And I've been pretty greatly troubled.
As myself.
Yeah, yeah, and as we have continuation of whether it's campers that are followed by
motor homes that are followed by a bunch of garbage, that are followed by fire hazards, it just, or we're running hoses places and this person's paying for the water, but they're not, maybe where the hose is coming from should pay double. I don't know. I'm just, you know, there's just a lot that goes on a regular basis. And then these campers that keep moving in, that then become what they become. When I do a few background checks on a few, it's pretty concerning. I'm concerned about the kids. I work for the school, that, you know, my whole heart is the children.
Yes.
It's very bad. It's very concerning. And we should have public knowledge of that. I think the school has more public knowledge of some things if you register, but not everybody follows those rules. That's why they land out here, not in a home, without water, without sewer, and in a camper somewhere where they can't really be placed. So these things concern me a lot, and I've been here now 10 years, came home 10 years ago, and it continues to be a concern. Some of the things I heard talked about today, at the school, I know we're being a state agency, like hiring processes. I wasn't aware, but I got to hear just a little bit tonight that maybe there's hiring, but it's not posted. So as a state, the school being under the state, we have to post. We have to post our positions. And then if there's certain qualifications we need, and we don't find that within the pool, then we expand that post until we find the qualifications that meet the true need, rather than finding ourselves running and chasing our tail and who are we going to train, but really we can't train them for 4 years. I don't know. I'm only, that piece wasn't something I meant to come in and talk about. I just picked up on a few, you know, things. I think, I mean, a governing body would certainly fall into the same state requirements. Like, we have to do those things. Those are law, our law that we're governed by. So, school might even be a resource for some of those laws, those governing, and how the council approves everything, that the staff, that's absolutely should be.
From what I researched, we're not required by law to advertise any job.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
As a governing body and over a town, to me, that's very interesting. It also explains why maybe we don't always get the best, and I don't know anybody, so don't take what I'm saying personal. I don't know anybody who's in any positions, but I do see the results oftentimes of my hometown, multiple generations, of not having the best qualified person in the position.
What you're saying is there.
The town does have policies on.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah.
Or to have it, it's just nobody can find them.
Right, yeah.
We've always done it because that's how
Yeah.
you do it. And when the council says that's the way you do it, that's the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, that's why we need to pass that, so
And that's-
we have the paperwork again and.
But that, I didn't.
But yeah, I agree with you.
I'm just
It should,
saying,
yeah.
it's
We
just
should.
an observation and we just kind of stuff.
Okay.
And it's just a.
Jamie.
It's not.
Jamie, can I respond to you?
Yeah.
First of all, I know what you're talking about, and Craig and I talked about it today, and we're gonna get on that tomorrow. That whole situation, okay? And second of all, when you have 5 or less employees on a town, that also puts you in a different category. When we lose a maintenance man or a clerk, or unfortunately what happened with Tanya, we need someone right away. We cannot run this town waiting for 30 days for town council to approve, and then wait for the minutes or whatever might have to happen for us to get someone. If this town doesn't have a maintenance man for 30 days, we're in bad condition. If we don't have a clerk for 30 days, we're in a bad position. And under 5 employees puts us in a different program too. And that's another situation. But your main concern of why you were here, we will be on that tomorrow, okay? Just to let you know that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but I would be concerned about both concepts. I wasn't aware of.
Oh, I'm most definitely the same with you on that. You know, I can't wait to sit down with council. One second, Everett. I can't wait to sit down with council and for us to get an ordinance, which apparently there was one, but we can't find it. There's things that were missing in the office when I first took over too. So, but in the meantime, this is what we can do. We're going to try to work things out. And that's why we're doing the emails too. So there's more communication between all of us. Okay, because some of us have different issues and different whatever it is, but we're going to work on that. And my strong thing is to make this a good community again too. And we all work together.
But this whole emails are a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I believe-
okay.
I believe the proper way to do that is you have to, declare an emergency if you need to hire somebody. And what you do is you put them in a temporary deal, then you put the, ad out in the paper and you get your people, to put their applications in, and then you pick from your best.
Okay.
It doesn't but you have to declare an emergency to even start that.
Yeah.
But then you have to go through the full process.
And this is the first time this is being brought to my attention of having to be emergency.
If you're gonna put an ad in the
So-
paper anyway, then why do you have to declare an emergency? Because the declare emergency is so you don't have to put the ad in the paper because you don't have the time.
I'm not saying you put the ad in the paper.
No, I agree with you on that.
So you can bring somebody in without a problem and issue, because actually the council is supposed to okay that kind of stuff.
This is a temporary employee instead of advertisement,
And that's what I'm saying, just like,
which that person that's took over during the emergency could be brought you higher.
now, for instance, and I hate to use this because I really like Jen. But, well, and I had a talk with Jen and I tried to explain to her what this company can do is, you made a new job when you brought her in.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you did, because we took the other job out and gave the money to
Well, once again,
Tanya and Lisa.
and once again, no one.
That was
say-
never stated that that position was taken away in the
And
minutes.
ever, when I go to do things, I check. Okay, I don't just go, oh, guess what? I got a new plan. I actually check, and when I'm told it's okay, then I go with it. And I go with my staff. Well, there, okay.
SRC and AWC is issued to check. I'm saying that those are the governing bodies for us.
MRC is not a governing
I
body.
got people that work here. I will check into it more often. And Everett, I'm learning as I'm going here.
You're not. I understand.
And I tried to point out what I got, and you're not understanding of what I have to say either. Okay,
I'm just telling you, they're the governing body. That's what it's about.
okay. Are we good, Jamie?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And like I said, we'll get on that tomorrow, okay? Is it Darren?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. Like I said, I'm Darren Tabor. You already know I was the commander of the American Legion in Athens for about 6 years, but I'm here today as the president of Spokane Bass Club. And what I want to address with you, and I'll go over some things, is the fee that we pay to do our weigh-ins and boat ramp, in addition to our boat launch fees. So I'll explain it a couple different ways. We're a nonprofit organization. We hold approximately 4 open bass tournaments a year. We've picked Cusick to hold one of those. Most of the money that's raised for that, most of it goes to Camp Good Times over on Lake Court Lane for the kids with cancer. The other half of the money that we raise goes to the Spokane Food Bank for the diaper program for the kids with diapers. So that's kind of where we have these opens to try and generate some money, which isn't a lot, but every little bit helps those organizations. So that's kind of what we
That's
do.
awesome.
So as we prepare for these tournaments, most of our tournaments are fairly small, 12, maybe 15 boats. Ours are smaller than, I know we have the Buchanan coming up, which is a big one. That's
Yes,
coming here to Cusick also,
sir.
here this month, but that's a very big tournament.
Yeah.
Our small bass club that we put on. So in addition to fees, when we look at fees, the state of Washington charges $100 for a permit just to hold that tournament in the state of Washington. Unlike over in Idaho, that's where, I have property up here in Cusick, but I live in Idaho. It's $27.50 for a permit in the state of Idaho versus $100 in the state of Washington. So when you start adding up the fees that we pay $100 for a permit, then currently we're paying the city of Cusick $50 and we don't use any facilities in the park except the boat ramp and the dock. which is, according to the form that I filled out, you're not able to reserve that anyways. That's open to the public, so we're paying, and basically all we're doing is paying $50 to weigh our fish at the dock. In Cusick, and if you break that down, that comes to about $1.50 a minute is what you're charging us to weigh fish at the dock in Cusick. By us having the tournament in Cusick and going out of the boat ramp, not only these people come up here, they pre-fish, so they all pay their $10 to launch your boat 2-3 times to go pre-fish for the tournament to try and win it. They stop at the gas stations, they buy gas, they buy drinks, they buy waters, get some Cusick, some exposure. So we're bringing revenues in just by holding the tournament there. And I contend that, we don't make very much money off these tournaments, and we give most of it to charity and we're a nonprofit. That if we were using like the pavilion or the basketball court or the court, like we were a bigger venue,
Yeah.
I completely see that. Absolutely. We're using, but all we're doing is weighing the fish. So another example is other tournaments that go out of Cusick, they use the boat ramp, but they weigh at the resort. They don't pay $50. You don't charge them $50 for having a tournament in Cusick because they're weighing at the resort.
And any tournament, we charge $50.
They're not paying. I don't think that's happening, sir.
Well, they weren't, you weren't either.
So, well,
They're telling
I
you.
did this year, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know,
did.
I know.
And we didn't know about it last
Okay.
year, otherwise we would have.
Maybe
And I
they
was
don't.
here in front of the council last year.
Maybe they don't know. about
So we didn't know about it, and I was told by one of the Cusick residents that's on the, I think he's on the Cusick Improvement Board, I think. Is there a Cusick,
I've never heard of such a thing.
Cusick, well, I forget what it's called. It's something, but he's on the board, he's a fisherman. And he talked to me and he said, oh, they were looking for you because you have to pay the fee. So I came here to talk about it and to pay the $50 for this year because we had our tournament already. But what I'm requesting is that, maybe for smaller venues or for all nonprofits, bass clubs, if we come here, for that $50 to be waived unless we're using any facility.
I could track more.
Yeah.
I mean, because we don't use any facilities, and the facility we use is just the boat ramp that we're paying already. We're already paying $10 a piece to use the boat ramp, and then we're getting charged $50 more to use the same boat ramp that we already paid for once.
And any money saved can go to kids with cancer and like, you know.
So, I mean, we can do our way,
I
and
understand
unfortunately, what it
Definitely.
causes in these smaller clubs like ours is we do weigh-ins in other places to avoid the cost, or we launch other places. I mean, I have a boat ramp right down, I mean, I have property between Cusick and Newport, we have a public boat ramp right there, and everybody can park on my property and use my dock. I would rather not do that. I like to come up here, use Cusick. It's a nice place. It brings money to the small town.
Yeah.
I'm right outside of Athol. I know how that goes. I was in, like I said, the American Legion, but getting people to come and see what's going on is a big deal.
Okay.
And so I'm just here to try and see if we can come to some kind of agreement on I mean, $50 doesn't seem much, but when you're talking about, we pay
Yeah.
over $100 for trophies for it. We pay $100 a permit, and there might be $100 or $150 left to give to the charity, and we give 50 of that away. So, you know, I mean, that's 33%. You know, if we can get more boats, then we may have more money to give them, but I mean, our average is 12 to 15 boats, and when you're talking, you get, you know, $20 to $30 a boat is what the club keeps. Because you have to make prize money for these people, otherwise they're not gonna fish it. That, you know, if we have 12 boats, that's $360. We pay $100 per permit, $100 something for trophies, that's $200 to $360. And we give 50 away, we're down to 110 left.
And they are buying what they, Gatorades.
And we're already paying for a boat lounge fee for everybody that shows up, so, I mean, we're bringing that money in too, so that's the reason I took the time to come. We actually have an American Legion meeting right now, but
There you
I'm
go.
here and talk to you guys this evening, so thanks for your time, and, I don't know, if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Go ahead, council. Do you have any questions? I agree with you 100% on that, you know, with being a nonprofit and stuff of that nature. one of the things that we run into with the boat launches, you can see we only have really 4 or 5 spots for a truck and trailer to park. And so most people, I'm a member of the Legion too, sir.
Yeah, I was told that you.
So, and I do lots for that, you know, I'm only a son, but I'm always there helping out. But they'll end up parking over at the Legions and stuff, so they don't pay the fees, is what we run into. And, but I also agree with you 100% with everything that you're saying. And that I would like to be able to bring this up with my council for the next meeting.
I can make a motion.
To
yeah.
make a motion to discuss the, like, as you were saying, nonprofit.
Yep.
You know, and what you're doing, I support 100%, okay?
So we can, I don't mean to interrupt, sir, but, so we can do some things like we work with some different resorts over in, Spokane, or like Long Lake, Willow Bay Resort and stuff. And what we can do for you is we have a gentleman on my staff that his wife makes window placards to hang that says the tournament and the date. And we can ensure to the city that if we have 14 boats, if you provide us an overflow area, we will ensure that all of them pay the boat rate fee, no matter where they park.
Okay.
And we can hang the placard in the window and you will know that they're part of the tournament and they have paid, and we can ensure that everybody pays. Because we'll collect the money and give it to the city. And that's how we do some of our resort.
Okay.
When we work out of resorts, we collect the money at check-in for the launch fees and stuff. And then we deliver it directly to, like the city or the resort. And so we work with them that way. So if you're losing money that way, that's another way you'll gain more money from us.
Right.
Working with us.
Yeah.
Right? So what's this? Yeah, SpokaneBassClub.com. Yes, sir. And we're on Facebook.
Where do you advertise for these things? Like the regular, it's,
So can I get a motion on that?
Spokane
We bring this up next meeting, discuss.
but you guys.
I think we can make a motion to actually waive the fees if they want to.
Sometimes, mostly Facebook.
I think, what's that?
I think we can give a motion to just waive the fees right here and not even wait till next month if you want to.
Everyone else. All.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we need to look into the ordinance.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
we
move
were
to-
just discussing to bring it up and stuff, and we're gonna bring it up at the next meeting for sure. Are you looking for a refund?
No, no,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
No, sir.
But we
So I-
will.
I know how all that works. We don't wanna go there, but,
Okay,
and I was out of town for the last meeting. That would have been before our tournament.
yeah,
And so that's passed. We wanna look going forward. We wanna look how we can work with the city of Cusick and the town and make it beneficial for all of us
Yeah.
at the same time.
and we wanna do that
Yes.
too. Okay, so,
Absolutely.
we have it down. We're gonna bring it up on our
Okay,
next,
if I think
meeting.
you guys have my email and my phone number.
yes.
So you, feel free, mayor or any city council members, reach out to me anytime you want, send me a text or whatever, I'll get back with you and we can chat or whatever. So-
And I'll get back with you,
All right.
myself personally.
All right,
Okay,
thank you, sir.
no, thank you.
We just need,
This month?
It's not our club, it's called the Buchanan Bass Challenge in memory of Hardy Buchanan that was killed during the bass tournament on Lake Fort Lane. That one's coming up, it's going as, I know it's going out of the resort and they've worked with, his wife has worked with you guys, cause we just
Yeah.
put out the flyers for overflow parking, I think at the ball field or something.
we don't have any event.
But we don't, that's right, each of the clubs, so that's like there's 4 clubs throughout this, Eastern Washington and Idaho. They get together and have a challenge and a barbecue in his memory, and it's not a money tournament, it's just a memorial tournament, basically is what it is.
Yeah.
And so, I know, like I said, she just got a hold of me and said, hey, put this out, I've worked with the city, we got overflow, we're doing this, that, and make sure everybody knows what they're doing, because that is a bigger event, it's a memorial, there's no money, but it's probably one of the biggest events that we do every year, and it moves, like each club has to sponsor it.
Yeah.
So it moves, like this year it's up here, then it'll be on Long Lake, it'll be on Lake Roosevelt, it'll be on, Monterey, Idaho, it like moves around, because each club has to get a permit, some from the state to fish it somewhere, so it kind of bounces around. I guess this year they're having up here in the
Yes.
city of Cusick, so.
And ladies, excuse me 1 second. Craig, can you go do the lockbox?
It's not 8 o'clock yet.
No, but on the thing it says you need to be out there by a quarter till.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Craig.
Does he have a
This-
lock?
Yes,
Okay.
he's got everything.
Okay.
This, I had discussed with you guys because the school is opening up their field. And when you guys looked at, well, when we were discussing it, you found the form that she filled out in one of the files. So it's like on the is it the 22nd?
I think it is the
I think, I'm almost positive it's 22nd, because I've been working with the school on making out all this, so we got parking and convenience for everybody, so I've been very helpful on that part of it, and yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing also. So, thank you for what you do too, for the kids and everything, okay? Sometimes we don't hear about it. So,
So you wanted a motion to address it at the next meeting?
yes,
Somebody wants to.
You just add it to the agenda.
add it, we're just gonna add it to the agenda. So I will make sure that that's brought up, and like I said, I'll make sure I'm in touch with you, okay, Darren?
Yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate your time. And sit through.
Sir, can we be dismissed?
Yes, you most definitely. You've been good students, you can go home now.
Good luck.
And good luck to you.
The free for this room. Thank you. Thank you.
You ready, Jensen?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple things. First, just answering something about the job postings. When you, like you said, when there's an emergency, you have to put someone in. Emergency, it's an interim position. And then why would you not post it to try to find the best candidate? I don't understand it. Even if you're not required, you gotta give everybody out here a chance that possibly could work that job and do a good job.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of people that out here that probably grew up out here that's probably know this area that, or just, you know, that if they don't know about the job, they won't even know to apply, and they probably need the money. So I think it'll be good posting it.
Most definitely.
I requested a few days ago a monthly expense report, itemized. So they said they're gonna run it by the mayor. First they said I could just request it. Then when I came and get it, then they said it has to run by the mayor. So that's what the public wants to see, if possible, and no rush because I know she's busy.
Yeah, and it's all approved, you'll get your request.
And thank you. The ordinances, basically not being posted or not being available to a person working a 9-to-5 job is actually against U.S. Constitution and the Washington Constitution. It is a violate due process concerns because you cannot you can't enforce something that's not posted. And basically it just, well, I'm gonna just clarify, just read something real quick to you. Enforcing the law that citizens have no ability to read, find, or find violates the due process clause for both the U.S. Constitution and the Washington State Constitution. For criminal or civil orders to be legally binding, we must pass the fair notice standard. If an ordinance is concealed or intentionally withheld from public availability, a court will likely strike down the enforcement action citation as unconstitutional. For any action, enforcement action, a court will find it as unconstitutional because a citizen cannot legally be expected to comply with a secret law. And if a person works a 9-to-5 and has to be in here before 3:30 to put in a request, then it's kind of hard, you know, and there's like thousands of ordinances, they said. So,
email, phone call, we could have got you the, whatever you needed.
It's just,
You know,
it's just
and-
kind of hard to come in and look at a book with thousands of words.
We're new to this,
Exactly.
so Eric
Exactly.
did move here
We're
from
not
out of
trying to-
state. Hang on, so I did Google the ordinances, and from what I thought I was okay. Apparently from neighbors that have complained on what I bought that had never gotten loose, wasn't hurting anybody. You know, it was a problem, but the research that I had done, it didn't show me, so that messed me up on my money that I spent from the animal that I bought. My fencing that I put up, even though it's still kind of fencing, it just really hurt, like, you know, felt like I got hit by a bus, like I was very happy, and next thing you know, like I tried to do my research, and I'm getting hit from all different areas, so it would just be helpful for new people.
Exactly, that's why, excuse me one second, Jensen, okay? And that's what we're working on, okay? And you both know that I'm new at this, okay? And I'm learning as I'm going along, okay? So, we are gonna work on this and get this corrected. Please be patient with us because we are a small town. We're restricted to the hours that we work. So, because of our budgets and stuff like that. So we are gonna work on that. There has been things I have done that, probably are not correct. And I'm learning as I go. So I also ask you to be patient with me. And we can start working together.
That's
you
the
know.
integrity, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So basically, like I said, it's a lot put on them. We don't have many people in the office doing that. So, we might have to put a motion that we might have to hire a private company or a separate company to take these ordinances and digitize it. So that'll make it more streamlined for them. And then we might even be able to get some help with some AI, website creators, you know, it's really helpful now. And you just tell them exactly what you want, colors and everything, and it makes it, and you can say yes, no, change, you know.
So that shouldn't hurt the budget, right?
But, yeah, we could kind of help if possible, but yeah, maybe possibly hire someone to help digitize those, because that's like a mountain for them. And I don't
Oh,
feel
it's
like
huge.
That's
It's
fair,
huge.
that's not fair to them.
Exactly. It's huge. It's
So,
huge. And it's not fair to our residents either.
Yeah.
That's why we want to get this in order.
Yeah,
You
and we're
know.
just here to help, you know,
Yeah.
we're not trying to cause a problem, just here to help.
Yeah.
And so, that might help to possibly hire someone to help do that, to get it speeded up, because I see you guys got a website, and you know, it's in motion. So we're gonna be patient with you.
Might be a grant.
There's a couple things that we noticed, in the city that needs to be fixed. And I don't know if I could address it real quick. I can be real fast. The bathroom out here, the public restrooms.
Okay.
I don't know who maintenance is it, but whoever's responsible for maintenance in that needs to report that we have no stall doors on the restroom. So if someone from out of town or someone comes and use the restroom, if someone walks in,
We've heard our own kids talk about it, one of their, little guy friends in there, you know, using the restroom, and
so we
bigger male goes in there and they're trying to figure out more.
Ben and women,
That's
same.
Okay.
So they both need a door. And then a quick thing, I don't know how to request it, but there's like been a couple almost accidents and people walk and a car comes around the corner. I live on Fifth Ave between Monumental and Winchester. And people come from Winchester to the store, pissed off, and hit the corner, and there's no street light in the middle. Like there's a big pole, like a power line.
Yeah.
If we could some type of, I could try to request that maybe in the future they put a street light there. It would probably help, because a lot of people walk to the store that way. It's kind of comes a lot of time once it gets dark. It's kind of like a mess. But the corners have the street light, but in the middle, it would be very helpful.
Can I answer that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting matter of fact, I think next Thursday, I have a meeting, and they're doing a whole safety thing for the school that the tribe has got a grant for, and it's going through. So what I'll do is ask them for that, if they can take care of that, okay?
That might be helpful.
I appreciate you bringing that to my attention.
Yeah, and then you guys answered a lot of, almost all the questions.
What was that road crossing here? Not like
That's
It-
Fifth and.
Fifth and Winchester.
Between Winchester and, Monumental, I'm on Fifth Ave, and there's like a power line, power pole up there. Maybe they just put one up there pretty easy, but, we'll see, I think those. I don't get mail at my house. I don't know if, is anything that the city can do about that.
They are actually put something out in the mail, that they're gonna put post, if you notice around town, people are starting to put up their own post office, boxes.
Mailboxes.
We can do that?
Yeah, and then you'll wanna go to,
Only certain places.
yeah, where
It's
you
really
that.
weird, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you might wanna go to the post
Yeah,
office
you wanna ask the.
and check. I know they just sent out a whole flyer.
I'll call them.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
That's pretty much it, except for we didn't address the ordinance over the livestock. I didn't know what that was about. But, you guys had it on the agenda to,
We're updated it.
oh, okay, and then.
So not some from 1927, not something from 1966. We're gonna update. That's gonna be one of the first ones that gets taken care
And
of.
it's not even updated yet, we're just gonna address it or something?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, cause I was gonna think if I could help with the amendment.
Yeah, we're gonna make it more clear too,
Thank
you
you.
know, yeah, I've noticed going through a lot of these ordinance and stuff. That it could be misconstrued so easily in so many different ways. So now that we're not 66 or 1927, we're more educational. And so we're gonna make it so it's more clear.
All right, I appreciate it, thank you, anything we can help, we're here to help.
And I appreciate that, Jensen. All right. Yes, Jamie.
Because something, not to be naggy or anything, but, we have a couple of post boxes now that are in a concrete bucket on the sidewalk and feeding the sidewalk pipe. So if that could be removed and put back on personal property where it belongs.
Yeah, I noticed that today myself too, yeah. That whole corner I noticed it was more apparent because I don't drive by there very often and it was like, what is all this going on?
That might be something we put in the ordinance that we're working on. Mailboxes be in certain spots.
There you go.
On the sidewalks.
In certain heights and
I was right away.
You know, that sidewalk down there that was in front of Jamie's area, we had to tear up the sidewalk, that really should be replaced at some point. I figured that
Yes,
somebody would have
thank you.
tackled that by now. But, so when we very first did it, we waited because TID said they were gonna do sidewalks and other stuff for us, but then they decided not to do that. So they really should fix that, sidewalk by her lot because it could hurt somebody.
okay, we'll take a look at that tomorrow too, okay?
I had meant to bring that up, but I did forget. Thank you.
I remind this because she mentioned it to me, and also by that drain right there on the corner.
Yeah.
She brought up to my attention and I noticed it too, there's some of the pavement has went down and there's a hole that just needs filled in with some wet patch or, some of the stuff he's got in the shop.
Out actually on the road for.
Right into that drain.
Oh, okay.
You don't see anything.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I remember when I was helping clean up down there, there was that big one on the property. That I was really concerned about somebody falling in, but I think that's been taken care of, so.
When the tree was put in,
Yeah, it was kind of scary. Alrighty. Yes,
I just wanted to, introduce myself for those of you that weren't here. I'm just the assistant clerk. My name's Gianna Hansen. I grew up here in Cusick. I pretty much lived here all my life, and I was able to step in when we had an emergency. And I only work up to 12 hours a week. I would just like to say that out loud.
and on the record.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for stepping in.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
We've got
Steve's
the,
not here, so, and
Oh,
Darren.
we don't want to talk about it.
Do we need to?
They're not here.
They don't, sometimes they don't show up. We've always.
Oh, I talked with Steve and everything today and we got that all taken care
Okay.
of. So I really don't have much to say. I think we've said plenty this evening, council members.
I'm good.
This Steve thing was a complaint or something?
What's that?
The Steve thing we're talking about, is this a complaint or something?
Yeah, it needs to clean up that area where we repaired, and then they had to dig and repair again. So
Where was that?
over at his house, Steve Gray,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And him and I talked today, and everything's all good there. So I told him we'd get there. It's just been a crazy, last month was crazy. It's gonna be, yeah. So. Okay, so. We have no letter, nuisance has been taken care of, treasury report.
Okay.
Money that came in for July was $146,322
Even?
and 58 cents. 23,000 of that was part of the grant, and we paid Big Sky. 17,000 of that was also the grant for SCJ. Another 20,000 of that is part of the grant that went to Varela. Or came from Varela. Checks that went out was $166,660.81. There again, the payout was to Big Sky, $23,501.22. DW Excavating was hollering the loudest. We had to pay them the $45,373.90. SCJ, we paid them their $17,000. And those, Varela, we paid the $20,293.07. Those were the big ones that went out. Y'all received the treasury's report, which I'm 45 cents off.
I thought it was gonna balance.
Great for you.
So, sorry.
So, a motion,
Motion to approve. All say.
all in favor?
I didn't hear anything down here. Did you guys say aye?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Can't hear out of that ear, I guess. Okay, signing checks. Lots of checks to sign.
Okay, time to
And Donna's here too.
sign check.
Yay, thanks, Donna. Cause all the dog license refunds are,
Well, I didn't do her too.
oh, that's,
Basement.
well, I'm sure she'll get it tomorrow.
Thank you.
Rebates,
Sounds great.
except I don't find yours.
You got it, okay?
Okay?
I don't find stuff.
I didn't even have to request it.
Check register.
I got a blueprint.
Okay. I can.
Considering she doesn't have a checking. I'll make that.
I'm sure she won't mind getting it tomorrow or whenever.
Well, tomorrow's, yeah, Wednesday, you working.
You want me to grab it for you tomorrow, Donna? And I can bring it home, you need it for me?
It's good to see Sue. They maybe just now. Sue's
Oh, yeah.
famous for so many dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll probably go back and go and like. Probably 20.
Let's see, what are you? These copies of. PCB?
Yeah. Unless you went outside.
No, she had to leave. Okay. Did you say anything about her? That's, oh, she has to keep out.
You want me to call her and ask her?
Yes.
Is it here ready for her? I'll text her. Hold on.
Did you guys save some for me or you hog them all up?
Yeah. I'll give you double.
Cody River Shooter, 45.
What?
Yeah.
Brittany Schubert.
35.
Mm-hmm.
First one here.
Well, they're like four.
Oh, okay, that's why. I was like, why is it open? Gotcha.
I texted her, Lisa, to see if she gets back to us.
Oh, sorry, I took your paper clip out. It's trying to sign it. Yep,
It was, yeah, it was, these people were stuck together.
they were all stapled to this. one.
Because, yeah, because.
Oh, okay, that's what I did that.
Yeah. So you
Oh.
can see.
Gotcha.
How would you drive back?
Instead of painting it all together.
Yeah.
I was telling your dad that, I do a food bank run on like these. And I came up Argonne.
Yeah.
This is, I got the big little goat set for.
Okay.
Just one little.
Right, here's the link here,
Yeah,
are
you know,
all
at least
for-
get down to Stone Bank.
Also stuff.
Slow down.
That you need to make
Very
it.
Bob, turn around, all the way back up, go around, and then get stuck on 211, both directions.
Oh, yeah, 211's been awful. I was stuck for 50 minutes the other day on 211. And then I had to go turn around on, right before Flago, I think it was just 6 o'clock. I turn around and go through Hilliard, and then coming back on Hilliard, it was like 5 times before I was able to get through the light. It's added like a half hour to 45 minutes. Usually.
Yeah, it was nice when I could sit down, Peaceful Valley Road. When they were down at the other end, they caught onto that, go that way, you know. It's an extra 5 minutes, but beautiful drive too.
Well, I think they're starting early.
I'm gonna go down
I
there.
left before 7. I missed them, but that's now.
I think it's $60 through it.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was like, oh, I'm outsmarting them.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Two of them fixed the one
It's
job.
really chaotic.
It is. And to be close by, long as
Yeah.
distance. It's like, you're only doing work right here. Why do you gotta be
Or
4 miles into it?
or have the workers walking right here and cars parked right.
Silver Lab?
Get through them.
This one's a flat crossroad now.
It looks like they're gonna be done pretty quick though.
She's not great,
I don't know why
but she looks just like a
both
black.
roads just tear it,
Think she.
chew it up, lay it right back down.
I was thinking of doing it at night as well, like, when people where you get more work done, less traffic.
Exactly. Idaho does, when they get from the, state line to, Coeur d'Alene, they do it at night, and they're done in 30 days, so that's like that.
Yeah, it's true too.
She's gonna be copied of your checks.
There you go.
Website. Yeah, they, no website.
I was wondering why they don't. I was just curious what.
Yeah, somebody else on you right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what's going on here with, Doug Grant. Was it ever beginning? Right. Just how you, just how you get the receipts.
That's how the receipts got, yeah.
I looked at it wrong. I thought it said Everett was supposed to get 120 back, and I was like, Everett only got 60
Lisa?
back.
That stamp that David has already signed.
That's the story of my life.
Yeah. I tried to get more money.
Oh, Joy, I was only joking.
I like it.
Yeah, I see that. That's right, you must be out of minutes. Yeah, she's out of minutes. I gotta move faster.
I don't sign that, I get that. All right, let's these are done. Payroll and. I've got just a couple of,
You didn't sign here, too.
no, I didn't sign any of them actually. Oh, yes, I did, I signed yours by accident. But yeah, Casey's has been here too.
Should we do that?
Casey's, thought I saw that one, so whatever you just took from me. But whichever ones you took from me, it should be right on top.
And then this goes with the rest of the dog tags. So it got separated.
There any,
Hey, Donna, do you ever work with your brother Safeway?
just something I need to sign?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's your brother?
Yeah.
Did you sign the minutes also?
It's under the easy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's the baby.
Baby.
The biggest baby.
Wait till you're old, then you'll think you are.
Yeah.
I got a brother
Thank you,
who's
sir.
7 years younger than me.
Is
Oh,
there
years
only
and 2 days.
one or two that
Okay.
have two checks on?
If your mom and dad's here.
Yeah, they're looking for the summer, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do
Your
with
dad's
that one.
working at that one place.
You should,
Look at it,
yeah.
or-
Yeah, the ranch.
Check it out.
But what are they-
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, go on, okay.
Well, to your, Uncle Tom.
Oh, no, this-
Yeah, they're just looking on by stuff. That's,
Well, where did I?
Brandon, right?
Okay, yeah, okay. I did not know that.
Oh, that's funny.
Anybody else in here?
the only ones I saw.
Yeah, I need to use the big piece of it, somewhere it's once in a while.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to sign some of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, my.
Oh, I got it.
Okay,
Mine's done.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't she work out on the
Those
desk?
are two
Yeah.
checks there, just one.
Yeah, she lives up there on the. Lady
Well, I'm
Mall.
putting me off on those two checks in it.
Oh, sorry, you know, that's because,
It's like this one's.
that's the way the receipt was, and
Lives just
I
above
just wanted to put it all with the same.
Stacy and then.
Oh, don't be sorry. Sorry, it's just, I
Should be-
looked through Jasmine, right here, it's right here.
I think there's one more underneath your folder.
That one's already been signed twice. Oh, that's my paycheck.
It's still.
Has she made a copy of it?
It's still your paper.
I assume so.
Okay, okay, just making sure. Looking out for you.
This one goes where, with the dog takes this way.
Checks go back to her.
Okay, checks are all signed,
Almost. Or that, they're all signed?
Yeah.
all signed. So meeting adjourned.
Move to a, need a motion?
Move to the motion.
Jasmine,
Second.
David, thank
All in
you.
favor? Aye.
Okay.
Have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you.